Hey, how you doing? This is Kitch, and you are watching me play Factorio. Heading down here to the iron mining area, where we're spent in a lot of places, and starting to feel it up in the upper reaches of our bootstrap factory. Yeah, a lot of these guys are done. I was asked in the comments, and it's something that I do get asked from time to time during my Factorio series, what my opinion is on on-site smelting versus centralized smelting. I typically will do a centralized smelting setup, but I really don't have a strong opinion either way. It's just kind of the way that I prefer to do it because I think it's it works out better in my mind. What I'm talking about, if you're not aware, I'm building a centralized smelting area up here where all the smelters are going to be in this area up here. And we bring in ore to this side and then produce plates on that side. But all the smelting is going to be done right here. On-site smelting would be more like we have this ore patch right here. So we're going to build all the smelters that we need to smelt this ore right here. And then we have an iron patch down here, so we're going to build all the smelters for an iron patch down here. And if we needed another iron patch, we'd find another iron patch, like maybe this one over here, and then build the smelters that we need to smelt that. The argument behind that, I mean, it seems to be, you know, it's all right. The idea being that the ore stacks in stacks of 50 while the plates stack in stacks of 100. And there's one ore to one plate. So technically you can fit twice as many plates in a train car, or twice as many ore in a train car if you first smelt it down into plates. Which, you know, I don't know that I can argue with that. That sounds very reasonable, but it's not. It's it also adds a little bit of complexity in there, especially when you're trying to get a set number of smelters and distribute those amongst multiple ore patches. And then you kind of have to deal with what we're dealing with right now, and that our patches are finite. They don't last forever. Granted, a lot of that goes away as soon as you get into the mining productivity. Mining productivity is very powerful in that regard. We out of those poles? All right, just wanted to use those up. But I don't know, it just always seemed to be a little bit more straightforward and easier to deal with to have that all together into one spot where you run your smelting from. And you get to run ore trains, and more trains, more better. All right, let's see. Are you covered? I think you're covered good enough for now. Let's take a look over here on the coal side of things. Take up some of these miners. Let's get a couple of that on that side. Even that out a little bit. We'll take you. Because I want to gather up a couple of miners, because we're going to be building some outposts in this episode. Hopefully a copper as well as an iron outpost that has a little bit more oomph than these down here that we can actually feed these smelters with. We have a copper patch right here and an iron patch right here. So my thought is to run a rail down here, and then we'll have a couple of stations here for picking that up and sending it up here to the smelters. All right. Iron line's looking a lot better now. That's making me a lot happier. Let's go ahead. We will roll the intro, and I will see you on the other side where we start working on some mining. Yeah, see, I remember we're fine. I didn't even have to be told. Yeah, no, I'm getting this Factorio thing down. I think I know what I'm doing now. Or at least I can look like I know what I'm doing. So if you've ever followed one of my series before, you may recall that the series that we go and make the mining outposts, shortly after that is the series where I run around panicked because we are out of power. Miners do take a lot of power when they are running. And even though we're in pretty good shape power-wise, I thought I would go ahead and just double up the power now. We're not getting nearly enough coal down here to run this full time. We would actually need a red belt because 2 of these use a little bit more than a yellow belt. We'll still have a power panic, but it'll be softened a little bit, hopefully. That's what I'm hoping for. All right, I think we're ready to do this. Let's head over here, because I think this right here is where I want to go down. And I want to set you to manual mode. Let's go ahead and get rid of that temporary station. And we'll go down here. And try a little bit of station building with some robots. That'll be a novel change. Run that right like that. It's not speedy by any means, but it should get us going there. Now, if we lay this station up, that would line up right on... I'm confused. I mean, we can... Well, I mean, that's not a good example. Let's get, like, yeah, the T-junction. I'm sorry. I'm just a little confused here. So if you look at this blueprint, if you look at that little the T part, the power pole to the left right there, now it's facing up, now it's facing right, now it's facing down, and it goes in little 90-degree increments all the way around. You rotate it, and this station seems to only have 2 configurations. And I'm confused by that. Unless maybe it has something to do with that. Okay, that would make sense. That would make some sense. Ah, yeah, there we go. Okay. Never mind. It works now, so it's fine. Yeah, okay, no, that makes sense. The merge chess mod creates an entity that I'm guessing the way that it works, it's locked to that rotation. It doesn't not make sense to me. All right, now we got to remember how that chest was hooked up. I'm sure it'll be obvious. I'm just wanting a good distance right there. I think that'll be fine. Let's put in another T-junction here, and we'll just... Too close to what? Another little flaw in the blueprint there. We'll have to do something about that. That's weird that it lines up in this side, but it didn't line up on that side. Need an excuse for another Kitch's Blueprint book series. Boy, we're having blueprint problems. But let's see, this should work. Station. We don't need all of this stuff, because this is going to be just a simple pickup station. We could still put the dinghy on here, though. That'd be fine. Be nice. And let's go ahead and I think I've got an extra bulk rail loader. Well, we'll just use the bulk rail loader mod. I'm good with it, I think. I've made my peace with it. All right, that looks pretty good to me. This is going to be production of item equals copper ore. Right? Up along where we can. All right, and this will be our copper supply station. I do have a mining book. Kitch's mining book. The problem with it is that I've only got it set up for red and for blue. Let's throw that down. Let's modify this and go from red underground and yellow underground. I'm sorry, red belt to yellow belt. All right, and we'll make a blueprint of that. And we'll use that until we get red belt. We can easily update that later. All right, starting out, I don't want to go too big because we don't have too many miners. I think I'm just going to do... Let's just do 2 of them. That leaves us 20. Okay, yeah, that'll be fine starting out. We'll come down here and update this at some point. That'll come up here. That'll come up here. You'll come up there. You'll come up there. Go and combine those. Or balance those. Take that up here. And you will be loaded in bulk. Oh, no, we don't have any more. Oh, we can make 2 of them. Excellent. All right, you'll load up into there. That gets you all powered. You guys are all set. And you're making copper. All right, we did name the station. We did name the station. Let's throw down a turret or 7. Probably won't get attacked from this side. As sure as I don't put turrets down, we will get attacked from that. We won't get attacked from that side, though. All right, that looks fairly reasonable to me for now. Let's throw a radar up here so we can see. That's undefended. That's going to bite me someday, but we'll come back and fix it here later. I'm sure we will. All right, then we can just continue this on down and get to the iron outpost. I mean, that is loading okay, right? Yeah, that's filling right up. Excellent. I've placed down that mod. I haven't actually used it yet, so I'm not 100% confident that as we send a train through it, that it's going to work. the way that I expect it to. I should add that little addendum on there. All right, this is a lot farther down than I'd previously thought. What are we about? We're a little over halfway there. We do have another coal deposit there, as well as a uranium deposit. We have another uranium deposit over there. Probably tap into that one someday, I imagine. Will we? I don't know. I always... Seems like I get to nuclear late. I don't think we'll need nuclear power if we're staying at this small amount of science per minute. What we might end up needing, though, and what I do like to have, is the nuclear train fuel. I forget what those are called. Is it just nuclear fuel, I guess? That sure is awful nice to have in your trains. Especially when you're dealing with small ones. Oh, I got to thinking about nuclear trains, and I've gone a little bit far. Let's come up here real quick and just make a copy of this station. Since it's already set up. We want the train stop names, create blueprint, and we'll put that right there. All right, if we took that in right here, that's going to overlap the patch. That one's going to be really far away, so let's take it further down and see if it'll match up a little bit better. Preferably with with fewer trees. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Any reason for this rail to continue going south? I'm going to say there is no reason for this rail to continue going south, at least for now. So instead of a T-junction, I think I'll actually use our curve. Let's go ahead and take all of that out. And we'll just curve around. And then go straight into the station. Oh, we're out of belt. I'm sorry, out of railroad track. Okay, that's going to be fed from the north. We need another one of those bulk rail loaders if we can make it. We cannot. And it'd probably be helpful to clear out some of these trees. We can do that while we have the inventory space. Need to set up a tree burner of some sorts. That's for sure. You are going to be production of item equals iron ore. All right, let's get defenses here. I'm running low on ammo too. That should be good for now. And look at that, we've actually scienced something. Let's do the yellow science. Let's go ahead and get nuclear stuff started. Lab research speed. Let's actually do that first. Nuclear stuff. Can't build that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that yet. Power armor, we don't have the ability to create the processing units yet. I mean, we do, it's just I haven't set those up. Let's go ahead and get modules. Not that we're going to be using a lot of modules. I think they're still required for some of the later sciences. You guys are required for the power armor. Yeah, that one's required for the space science. So yes, they are needed. Let's see, I'd go ahead and set up... I would go ahead and set up some miners here, but it's just... We're setting them up... We're setting up stuff that needs to be defended, and we don't have really the ability to do that quite yet. How are we doing on wood? We still got some inventory space. Let's take out this chunk as well. All right, I think that's good for now. Says Kitch as he sets up some more trees for destruction. All right, I think that'll be good. Let's head back to the base. We need to get some more rail. We need to get probably some more miners. We've only got 11. And more bullets, more train unloaders, more signals, more all the things, really. Man, I felt so prepared for this episode. Made so many things. All right, and I do want to go ahead and set up a system of getting rid of some of this wood. I think we're past the point where we're actually using wood for power poles or anything like that. So we just wanna burn it all off. So let's do that. Do we have a steel chest? We do. We have a couple fast inserters. We do. If I put you right there. Set up that right there. I want an input priority on the right-hand side. And an output priority of fish on the right-hand side. All right, and then if we fill that up with wood, that should prefer that going in. And then that'll burn off all of the wood. Just like that. All right, we'll send the wood into the power to be burnt off. And that has traditionally worked out fairly well for me. And we'll keep just one stack of wood there, should we find ourselves needing a wooden box or wooden power pole someday. I suspect that we won't. And instead, we'll have so much wood we won't know what to do with it all. All right, so yeah, as long as that is prioritized there, this should all be wood going in. The wood's going to come in and fill up this line. These boilers are currently filled with coal, so they're not going to grab the wood. But the wood's going to make it all the way here to the end. And then when the coal burns out, those inserters are going to grab the wood because it's convenient, and then they'll continue to grab wood until all the wood burns out. Then it'll go back over to coal again. And I know I can shoot the chest. I can shoot the chest. Just use everything, right? Use everything you can. And I wonder if... Oh, still there. I tried to give an offering to the biters down there of some burner miners to see if they would actually use it. I guess they won't. All right, well, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you in the next episode. I'm gonna sit back here and just kind of stock up on some things and see. Yeah, that's not what I meant to do at all, but that's fine. I'm gonna sit here and stock up on some supplies, get some railroad tracks, get some things like that, and I will see you in the next episode where we get iron mined. And hopefully we can get our smelting setup actually functional. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.